President, on winding down the task force, Vice President Pence said there are discussions underway about winding down the task force. Is that a good idea during a pandemic?
Well, I think we're looking at phase 2, and we're looking at other phases. The country's starting to open up. The task force has done a phenomenal job. We have a chart that I just showed somebody. We just got it this morning as I was getting off the plane. And Governor Ducey can explain it better than anybody. When we came in, ventilators were a very, very big deal and very hard to produce. I say, but it is largely true. The complexity is sort of like building a car. We opened up operations all over the country to build them. And there hasn't been one person that needed a ventilator that didn't get it, which is amazing. And now we're helping other countries, and we're stockpiling in case some tragedy like this happens again. But this just came out on testing, because I think we are at the point, or maybe we'll soon be at the point, where I can say the exact same thing on testing. These numbers were just released. And this is the United States, the amount of testing and our level of testing and the quality of testing. This is just from Abbott Laboratories. This is, you know what this one is, Jim. It's a 5-minute test. It's a great test. It's something people like, because you don't have to go through a laboratory. You don't have to send it in and send it back, and it takes a couple of days if they do a good job. So this is the testing, and the line here is the United States. We're over 7 million tests. Germany is at 2.5. Italy is less than that. Japan is down here, in South Korea, which we talk about. And again, I'm very friendly with South Korea and with the president of South Korea. And he calls to congratulate us on our great testing. South Korea is over here. One of the reasons we have more cases than any other country by far is because we test much more. So if you test, you're going to have more cases. If we tested down here, we wouldn't have very many cases. You know, they like to say we have more cases than anybody, but the fact is, when you look at these numbers, and this is the official count. Now, I can't tell you whether or not other countries are giving us the straight deal, but I can say that I know one thing: it's only going to be on the high side, not going to be on the low side. So this is the other countries. These are the United States, and it's incredible. Remember this, and I think it's important to say this, Jim. The quality of our test is also the best. I mean, it's acknowledged to be the best. So again, when we have cases, and we have more cases than anybody else, does anybody really believe that we have more cases than China? But they don't talk about numbers like this, and other countries. But we report everything. And
don't you want to hear from the experts?
I just want to say that we've done an incredible job on testing. With that being said, we have some additional, including antibody tests coming out, that will even blow these numbers away. But nobody's done the job we've done. Go ahead.
But don't you need to continue to meet with the task force to get this scientific expertise on this pandemic?
We will have certain people. As an example, we have hospitals that we built. We have medical centers that we built. We have people on the task force that focus on that. We have people on the task force that's focused exclusively on ventilators. Well, we have more ventilators now than anybody in the world, and we're helping France, as you know. We're helping France, Italy, Spain, Nigeria. We're giving, I think, 250 to Nigeria. We have many countries that we're helping, but the ventilator problem is solved, so you don't need that. We have now it's sort of a combination of safety and reopening. So we'll have something in a different form. But the task force, for what we've done, I think everybody out there, when they're being very honest, I think the job we've done on testing will shortly be, and maybe even supersede, Doug, the job that we've done on ventilators, which people can't even believe. We had a call the other day with the governors. Mike Pence took the call, and they had, I believe, all 50 governors. And it was, they say, the best call we've had thus far. We're working closely with the governors. They have everything they need. And if they don't have it, and if they don't need it, or if they can't get it locally, and then they know that we are stocked and we are ready, and we can have, as an example, we won't need this, but we were ready for weeks to have, we had 10,000 ventilators sitting in various locations with people by the ventilators ready to have those ventilators roll if they needed them in, as an example, Detroit or various other places over the country. So I think that as far as the task force, Mike Pence and the task force have done a great job, but we're now looking at a little bit of a different form, and that form is safety and opening, and we'll we'll have a different group probably set up for that.
Are you saying mission accomplished?
No, not at all. The mission accomplished is when it's over. When it's over, Jim, mission accomplished. No, I wouldn't say that at all.